keep your mind open as you're thinking about this. J.R. Jackson, Rick Strom, the best NBA players to never win a ring. No, these are not in chronological order. No, we did not intend to not put your own guy in there. Anything like that. This is more so spitballing in the form of graphics made and just trying to reminisce, because that's what we do at Old School Sports. Just reminiscing about the best to never ever have any rings aside from potentially a wedding ring. So here we go. One of them being the round mound of rebound. That is Charles Barkley. I mean, he was sensational.
He was the epitome of undersized guy that gets it done. Like everyone likes Dennis Rodman because of that. Undersized, but he took care of
Dennis
guys
Rodman
way
was
bigger.
so thin, dude. And he could rebound the hell out of the basketball. I remember that, like, this is a known thing by now, but Dennis Rodman in the finals against the Utah Jazz, he would go on a bender the night before. Fly to the arena.
It's so crazy.
And still have 17 rebounds in a game.
The only guy that was similar was Ron Artest. I think he drank Henny in the locker room. They said it was.
Well, Jamal Tinsley drank
stories.
before games.
Yeah. There was some instances where they said Ron Artest would drink some Hennessy in the locker room.
Oh, we'll have to ask him about it when we
Fun
get
times. At least I heard. These are rumors.
him. All right. We'll ask him when he comes in. Panda's friend, who I believe John Stockton and Karl Malone.
I'm sorry. One thing on Charles Barkley too. Sorry. Back to Barkley. 1 second. There was I think it was the doc about the draft, whatever draft that was. It was like a 30 for 30 or one of those, right?
Okay.
And then they were saying how undersized this fat kid was from Alabama. And then somebody was talking about he hadn't seen it, and they said there's some kid in there who's just killing everybody. And they said some fat kid is in there just destroying everybody because no one thought he was going to be good.
Well, he was doubted from the time he picked up a basketball.
Yeah.
Because he was, as you said, a chubby kid.
Yeah, and undersized for a power forward, obviously.
Yes, he was 6'6", and he led the NBA in rebounding.
Come on, man.
That's
so
incredible.
and then transitioned his career to be one of, like, when he was with the Suns. Look at those games in those final in that
Kevin
that
Johnson,
series.
Dan Marley.
He would score 40 points like it was nothing.
Yeah.
So so he was destroying people just before he got. It was like a draft, tryout or something. And they said his fat kid is just beating everybody up. And he would the way he dunked was so. You don't want to get in the way of it. There's like dunks like Shaq would.
You also didn't want to get in the way of his spit.
Didn't know about that.
Spit on a fan once.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
No, there was a ferocious nature to his dunks, and if you try and put your hand there, it's gonna go that way.
Karl Malone and John Stockton put the Utah Jazz on the map. Let's be real about it. And at least the modern day NBA, yes, they had great players come before them, but they were the epitome of the Utah Jazz.
No, people that go to Utah now, even when they're not, I mean, they look pretty good this year, overachieved. But like, even you go to now, there's still that energy because of that past.
Very much so.
That wouldn't be there if it wasn't for them.
And then they ran into Michael Jordan. Like, that could almost be another thing. Who are the players that Michael Jordan did not allow to win a ring or go to the finals?
Well, that's going to be the story told about LeBron too in the future.
Yes, I agree with that. Oh, here's another one. Patrick Ewing ran into Michael Jordan.
Absolutely.
And then the one time that he didn't, he went to the finals, but they lost to, I believe, the Houston Rockets.
The Rockets, yeah.
Yeah, they lost to the Houston Rockets. Scottie Pippen, unfortunately, couldn't do it on his own, though he performed brilliantly. Allen Iverson was another one. That could be the worst team to ever make a finals.
It's got to be. Again, now I know you can name the rest of them, but
no, actually, I take it back.
Anybody out there who can name the rest of that team?
Eric Snow, Samuel Dallenberg.
McKee.
I believe Dikembe Mutombo was on that team. Aaron McKee was the shooting guard.
Wow.
That was a bad team.
Who was the big white guy? Center too.
I was just thinking about that. Not Scott Pollard.
No.
All right, Google it real
Geiger,
quick.
Matt Geiger.
Matt Geiger. Oh my God. Great memory. Wow, Matt Geiger had the Matt Clement patch that like only white guys would rock, and it always looks awful.
He definitely rode a Harley.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Allen Iverson was on that team. Eric Snow went to the finals twice on the two worst teams that I could remember. 2 out of 3. That Sixers team, LeBron's Cleveland team.
They got swept.
Yes, and they got swept. And the third worst team that I can remember, non-Eric Snow, was the Orlando Magic and the Dwight Howard team.
Wow.
Jameer Nelson, Rashard Lewis. That team was awful. Awful. Who else do we got? I think Dominic Wilkins is next.
Yeah.
Never won.
Oh man, it's insane.
It is insane. These are also insane. The Cousins, Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, respectively.
Totally.
T-Mac had his shot though, right, with Orlando, but he just couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you could see change happening. Like it wasn't the thin young days.
Yo, I like how T-Mac has the barbed wire Brian Urlacher tattoo on his bicep. It's like, all right, respect. Yao Ming never won a ring.
Yeah. Forget how good he was. It was a quick career.
He was
like,
he was incredible. What was it, 8 or 9 years?
Yeah.
7 to 9 years. He was awesome.
He's the kind of guy who would make it look easy to score. You look up and you're, man, what did he just do?
But he was skilled, man.
Yeah.
He was so skilled. Him and that Steve Francis team went to the playoffs, got swept, I believe. Man,
My
that was a
favorite
good
player
team.
ever is one of them. I'm sure you'll get to him.
Chris Webber, the Washington Bullets,
Man.
before they were the Washington Wizards. That was another one, of course.
Kings fame is where they had a chance, but they ran into the Lakers.
They ran
just
into the
like,
Lakers, yes.
Every time.
I heard on Dan Le Batard today, Tim Kirkjian, it was like a throwback. And Kirkjian was like, what was the Vlade Divac one again? It was the looks like game. And Le Batard said, Vlade Divac looks like sleep apnea.
So wrong.
That's so funny. And the last one is Steve Nash.
Oh, you left off the best player of all time. Yes, Steve Nash is one of them. Reggie Miller's never won a championship. Come on. Come on.
And who did he run into?
Well, he ran into the,
He ran into Michael
he
Jordan
did,
at the New
but
York
not
Knicks.
every time. Yeah, it was Knicks as well.
It was a rotation between them. All righty, we are done here.